my beautiful people. So today I am going to show you how I did my box braids. The footage you will see is from like September or October. It's when I first did my own box braids. Nothing has changed since then. I still do the same technique. The only difference from that time and this time is that I did my boxes this time smaller because I wanted more braids. I went and bought extra hair, an extra pack from that first time to add because I wanted more braids. So that's the only thing that's changed from that first time and this time. That footage is from last year. But like I said, nothing has really changed with the way I have done my box braids from that time to this time. Let me know if y'all have any questions or concerns. I'm gonna try, like, if I've changed anything from that time to this time, I'll let y'all know as we're watching the footage and I'm doing the voiceover. Ooh, can't talk today. And then yeah, that's it. So let's hop on into this video. Okay guys, so the first thing I did was part my hair from the front and the back. So I made sure I put it into two sections. I went from ear to ear, and that's how I did it. I stuck these clips in here because I wanted to show you guys how I worked super hard to get this part that went across as straight as possible. But where it goes wrong is later on when I try to go down and create the boxes. My line is like, it's a mess. And this is the part that takes me the longest because I'm trying to get my parts as straight as possible. And because I can't see the back of my head perfectly and I'm trying to use mirrors and I got glasses on, it's just a struggle. But this is the part, if y'all were wondering what was the hardest part for me, it wasn't braiding, it wasn't any of that. It was trying to part it. And also my hair was a little dry, so then I stuck some of this ORS Intense Moisture Cream on my hair. I think that may have been a mistake because I was so many months post relaxer, and because my hair was dry, I feel like my hair just kind of soaked up that moisturizer and then started to revert. And because my hair was wet at that point and I was trying to stick this wax, the Murray's wax, whatever it is, on my hair and I didn't put enough, I think that just created like waves in my hair instead of it being like silky straight, if that makes sense. Hopefully you'll see what I'm talking about later. But yeah. Now the only thing that I would totally do different if I could, I would probably beg my cousins the next time I do this to come and part my hair for me. I look, what y'all want? I will feed y'all. I will make y'all whatever y'all want. Because that is the part that I really just don't like because it takes forever because I can't see. So I would prefer if somebody came and helped me part my hair into the boxes. I will braid it. You don't have to braid it. I love braiding it. It doesn't take me that long. It's fun to do. I can do it while I binge watch things, while I listen to audio books, while I listen to podcasts, But trying to part my hair in these boxes was driving me insane. And y'all can see, like y'all are about to see me trying to part my hair 50,000 times, okay? And when we get to the side, when I try to part it on the side, y'all are going to see. It's more like a triangle than a square, than a box. But it is what it is, right? Can't trip. And I know I started to do it in like squares, but I knew that if I tried to do it in squares, it wasn't going to come out right. First of all, because I couldn't see the back of my head, it probably would have came out more like boxes than squares. Because of course, when I tried to do squares, it came out more as triangles. Whatever though, we're over it. Just know that was the hardest part for me, was trying to do the boxes. And then mistakenly, probably I shouldn't have used the cream on my hair. I should have just moisturized my hair before I blow dried it straight and then put the wax on there, which is what I did this time. I moisturized it really good. I blow dried it. Only used the Eco Styling Gel and the Murray's wax. And I'm believing next time I'm just going to use the wax by itself. After I moisturize my hair and blow dry it straight, I will not use any other products but the wax. And I believe that's just because the wax seems to really get that hair like together. Like when you braid it, it helps blend it into the hair without it being too like all over the place. I hope that makes sense. Like for me, the wax was the most important part of this look. Because it just helps your hair like be slick and straight together, and helps it blend into that braiding hair perfectly. So you don't need all of these other products, but I want to show y'all what I did, correct my mistakes, so you guys know what to do and what not to do, right? That's why we're here on YouTube. We're learning together. As y'all can see, I put more. I put more on my hair after I parted, and y'all can see my parts were not perfect once I went down. It was a struggle, but it is what it is. I lived and I learned. I learned my lesson. I learned how to fix it. I also did not put enough of the wax on, especially for my hair to start to have reverted back because of the moisture. Also because you need quite a bit to make it like straight, and so you can see those lines. So like you just need it, okay? I want y'all to know you need it. This is the part of the thing that you need. Also, I don't think you need a brush. I think I was just being over the top. You can kind of straighten it like with your hands. Like if you put enough, it'll like lay, and you can just like mold it into your hair with your hands. But because my hair was so wet, I think that's also why it didn't like slick into my hair and straighten my hair out, because it was wet. And y'all can see a little piece of hair that I left at the bottom that should have been in that braid. The struggle. The struggle. See, sometimes you don't notice this stuff while you're trying to film, but you notice it when you go to edit. But I don't regret it. I literally learned from this first time. And that's why I really want to show you guys this first time, because it was a struggle. It was a struggle. But I learned. Now I'm going to try to learn to do it without rubber bands. My grip is not super tight. So I just feel like if I try to do it without the rubber bands, like the hair is going to slide. But hey, we're going to practice that too, right? Why not? We're practicing how to make these boxes straight and how to blend this hair with this braiding hair. We might as well. Yeah. Even though I'm heavy-handed, I do not grip very tightly. Like, I don't think you need to grip super tight, but like you need to grip enough where your braids ain't gonna slide right off of your hair. Like, that's just what it is, right? So I wanted to show y'all the back. I sped up because I figured this isn't a tutorial anyway. But I'm gonna show you guys like what I did. We ain't gotta be here all day for y'all to see like the rest of this. It's not a tutorial because this is a whole hot mess, and if I'm going to show y'all how to do it, I want to show y'all how to do it properly. Not just like, hey, this is the time I did my hair and now y'all can watch me mess it up, you know? Okay, so I went on to the second row. I tried to make it as straight as possible once again. Just trying to make my lines as straight as possible. Somewhere in here is when I kind of got frustrated because my hair was reverting back. Like I said, it probably wasn't a smart idea to put the cream moisturizer on there. It was really frustrating me because I really wanted it like slick, man, like slick. And for it not to be slick, and it was reverting back, and it looked just wet, and looks like right before I don't know how to explain it, but it wasn't as flat as I wanted it. But I mean, it worked out. It worked out. My braid still looked good. But yeah, this was about the point where I was like, man, do I continue? Do I just say forget this and take all of this down and just go about my business? I really should have did smaller boxes. We're gonna be honest. I really should have did smaller boxes to start with, but it was what it was. Okay, we living and we learning. Like, that's what we're here for, to live and to learn. So I was like, okay, we're gonna do this. I think at some point my boxes, as y'all can see, got smaller. And as they got smaller, I feel like they looked slightly better than the bigger ones that were right below them. I'm just saying, y'all might want to do smaller boxes. Don't do like me. Or put enough product where it lays flat. So that's the back section. As y'all can see, a whole mess. A whole mess. Y'all can see where my natural hair started to revert back and where my Texlax hair is still slightly straight. So I wanted to show y'all the front because this is the part where I feel like I just really kind of took my time more than anything. But once again, I should have put more wax onto the roots. I should have left that moisturizing cream where it was, you know? But I slowed this down just so y'all can, like, see it. I very much take pride in the fronts of my hair when I'm trying to do the braids because it will be the first thing people see. Also because I can see it the most and I want to be happy with what I see. So therefore, anytime I'm like trying to style it, trying to take pictures, I don't want to be like, oh, the front of my hair look a whole mess. Let me just, cover that up. We're going to take pictures from the forehead down. So yeah, I'm just like trying to make sure the front of my hair looks pretty nice. Okay guys, so this was when I finished parting all the parts, and as y'all can see, my edges are super laid. I tried to make sure they were straight. This is the hair I end up using. I use Expressions. It is pre-stretched. It comes 3 in a pack. I bought 2 of these packages. I only use this one whole pack and then one bundle from the second pack. This is as much hair as I was using for each section. I suggest if you have time, you have the patience, you get your first piece, and then you start to like break down all the pieces of hair so your hair can be uniformed in the size of each braid. I did not do that, and I was like, oh, that was a big mistake, because you'll see close to the end, some of mine are a little bit bigger, some of them a little bit smaller, but if you part each little piece before you start, you'll have a uniform amount of hair. And then you can, because your hair is already parted, right? So if you're doing rubber band braids, rubber band box braids, you'll know how many braids you have, right? I just want to go kind of in detail. Not that this is a tutorial of how I did this for the first time. So I parted a smaller section off to have 3 sections, as y'all can see. And then I grip around my rubber band. Now you want to try to like grip it to cover the rubber band. Sometimes, it depending on your grip, it may or may not work. Mine sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I just have to push it, like push the little loop part over the rubber bands. But it is what it is. You can also like at the end, I guess, like pop your rubber bands off. I thought about doing that this time. I have not tried that, so try that at your own risk. But yeah, I thought about popping off my rubber bands. Um, but yeah, basically you want to make sure that that loop that's over it covers the rubber band. I also wanted to show y'all what, like, how I was moving my hands close to like the middle and the bottom, because it was different from what I was doing at the top. At the top, I was kind of more like trying to make sure it was tight. So I was holding my hands in a different position. You want to also make sure that when you're like every two or three loops, you're sliding your hand down the hair so it does not get tangled at the bottom, because that is hard to detangle, especially when your head is sore and you like trying to detangle the bottom and it's pulling. That it's a lot. Okay, just make sure every couple of loops you're just like taking your hand and running it down that hair so that it doesn't get tangled and you can keep going. Okay, so this is how the front turned out. Not super bad. I feel like like I said, if my hair had been laying down a lot better, it would look like a lot better. I also took a couple of them down and redid them just because they were kind of loose, like from mid shaft down. And I was like, no, 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 don't want them to look like that. So I took them down and rebraided them, which you guys will see. Going through the back section really didn't take that long. Maybe because I was like binge watching Young and Hungry, so I was like, hey, as long as I got some shows to watch, I'm good. But yeah. So after finishing a couple of the ones I was rebraiding, you will see me rebraid a couple of the other ones too. I just dipped it in hot water. Um, which I didn't like from that first time. I didn't do anymore because I really didn't see much of a difference. So I didn't really dip them in hot water anymore. I just kind of let them be. They don't unravel. They're fine. They're great. So yeah, that is basically what I did from that point. Okay guys, so I really hoped you enjoyed that video. I hope that it really taught you guys how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, if you're trying to learn, if you're trying to get a good understanding of it, I hope this footage really helped. If you have any questions or concerns or any tips on how we all as a community can do better with the box braids, let me know. Leave those comments down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and until next time, peace out, much love, and I will see you guys in the next one.